know who your go-to is, because if you don't, you're going to be all over the place trying to offer everybody everything you have and wonder why nobody's buying. You'll wonder why it's hard to get people interested in what you have. You'll wonder why nobody seems to be committed. You ever try doing a webinar or putting out some type of content or offering, your services or your coaching, and you like, damn, nobody seems to be interested. I know what I have is fire. I know what I have can help. I know what I have can serve. I know it can change lives because I've helped other people with it. I gave other people advice with it. I've used it for myself and to get results in my own life. But why isn't the world seeing this in the way that I'm seeing it? Why aren't they respecting what I have in a way where they're engaging with it? Why? It's because you're trying to sell to the wrong person. You're trying to sell blueberry pies to people who are allergic to blueberry. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is, finding your ideal client is not about you just giving it to anybody who potentially could be interested. Finding your ideal client is all about identifying who's most likely to buy. Anytime I'm working with clients, I'm always they say, oh, I want to help everybody, or this program or this product, I can help everybody with this, and everybody can use it, it's useful for everybody. And I say, great, I'm happy for you. However, I don't care about everybody who could use it and could benefit from it. Let's get you a quick win. Let's figure out who's most likely to use it, who's most likely to be attracted to it, who's going to immediately see the value. And then let's go, and then who can afford it. And let's go to that person first. Now, if somebody else in another market or another niche or another discipline or another category comes up to you and they really want it and they're interested in it, great. I'm never going to tell you to turn down clients if it's right for them. At the same time, we cannot, and this is like advertising 101, you can't advertise to everybody. You gotta choose a specific niche that with a specific pain point, and then that's what you gotta tackle. And I recommend doing it to the people that you feel like you can get the best results for. Let's get to work, baby. Welcome. Let's get it. Welcome to Recharging Your Business. And this is where we do trainings every single day at 12:30 noon Eastern. And I'm excited. And if you're excited too, go ahead and put excited below. Give this some like, give this some love. We're streaming on all major platforms right now. And I'm excited about it because, each and every week we just take your business to the next level. And I'm excited and to help represent our NUPCS bootcamp that's coming up this week. We're going to focus entirely on advertising your business, especially since artificial intelligence, and especially since right now it is becoming harder to get yourself known, to get your brand or your business known. So if you noticed, I've been focusing more heavily on the marketing side. I've been focusing more heavily on the advertising side. I've been focusing more heavy on the content in terms of getting your name out there, getting your services out there, getting your business out there, getting your personal brand out there. Like I'm pushing you because this is important if you really want to make the change that you want to make in your life. And the world is changing. So if you're not getting with the times because you don't understand something simple as who should you go to first in your market, you're gonna lose. All right, so if you're ready to win, go ahead and put ready to win. Give this some like, give this some love. By the way, feel free to share this. This is everybody can see this, so this is visible. So feel free to hit the little airplane button, or if you're on another platform, feel free to just go ahead and just share this out with somebody that you know that is an expert or a coach or a speaker, and they're trying to figure this whole thing out. Especially if they're trying to get the word out about what they do and they have some difficulty with it. This would be the perfect training, not just today, but this entire week for this. All right. So this is the format of how we do these sessions. So I'm going to go and I'm going to teach you specifically what it looks like to find your best buyers. That's what we're going to focus on. And then I'm going to open up for some Q&A. Open up to give you some resources. And then if we have any questions, I'll take 1 or 2 questions. Sounds good? Fair enough? All right. Let's do it. So when it really comes to you identifying who you want to help, it's important that you have some idea of the best people that you can help. A lot of times when it comes to finding best buyers and it comes to identifying your niche and wanting to help people, far too many people say, well, I can help everybody. I can help everybody with everything. But the biggest challenge that you have with helping everybody with everything is the fact that nobody is going to be compelled enough for them to want to work with you. Does that make sense? Like you can have somebody who's mildly interested, but it's not mild interest that's going to get somebody interested to want to work with you. It's gonna be, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I've been looking for. They're answering the exact problems that I have, and this program is tailor made for me, just like a hand in a glove. That's how they have to feel about it. So it's very important that we focus on who your niche is, and in order to identify the niche, you wanna really think about who your best buyers are. Meaning, who is going to be the people that are most likely going to buy from you, that you feel like you can get the best results for, which is super key. That you love to help and that can afford your products and services. If you can align those, you're in a space where you'll get testimonials very quickly. You'll be in a space where you'll be able to get clients and monetize very quickly. You don't got to convince people. You don't got to twist their arm. Like when we have an advertising agency, right, where we run Facebook and YouTube advertisements for businesses, majority small service-based businesses, right, whether it's coaching, speaking, it can be professional businesses. I don't care if it's doctors, therapists, hairstylists, it doesn't matter, right? So we specialize in service-based businesses, but one of the things that I can tell you is, if I'm looking for anybody who needs services, then how can I ever get the best results? Like there's certain types of businesses, maybe ecom, right? Or there's other places that where other types of businesses where I could help them, and Facebook ads could help. But I know for a fact that if you have a service, we could really do great and knock it out the park for you when it comes to running ads. So there's a certain criteria we're looking at. There's a certain budget you got to spend. You got to be in a certain type of business, right? So we have a criteria of who we can help. And I don't do that just to purposely exclude or kind of do this as like some kind of fake exclusivity. No, I'm not doing it. I'm doing it for the fact that I know who we can get the best results for, and the people that we can get the best results for, the people that I don't have to convince that advertising is important. Any sophisticated business owner know how important advertising is. If I got to convince you, you're not the right person, right? If you're if you're not in the type of businesses that I can help, I might not necessarily say no to you, but I'm not marketing to you. I'm not giving you examples in your niche, right? And a lot of things that I talk about and that I help with, if you notice, is usually towards service-based business, getting clients, right? Not getting customers. There's certain language I even use that alludes more to service-based businesses than not, right? You have to spend a certain amount of money. If you're spending $5 a day, that's not enough for me to be able to get your results quick enough, right? You have to have a certain budget that you need to spend on your ads. So I've purposely niched and purposely found and created a criteria of my best buyers that's going to allow me to get them the fastest results. That's why we can have clients where I start working with, let's say, like a Joy, one of my clients. In the very first week we started running ads, she got 1,000% ROI, meaning what she put in and invested in the ad, she got 10x results her very first week. That's how we're able to get results like that, is because of this type of thinking, this type of planning, right? And people always say, well, I can't get results, or nobody's interested, or or they can't afford it, or this or that. Well, if you going through that, the first thing, if I'm working with you, or if I'm coaching you or consulting you, one of the first things I'm going to say is, okay, well, who are we targeting here? Who we focused on? Like one of the biggest mistakes that I made early on, when really just trying to identify who my niche was. I had a big problem with messaging. So when I first started running advertisements, I'm running these ads, and I'm like, cool, like anybody who wants to like get coaching, like I got you, right? So this is the ad, right? Mind you, this is about finding your best buyers and niches, right? So one of my first ads had the messaging that said, are you looking to be a coach, but you're broke, busted, and disgusted? You're penniless to your name. You don't have a dollar to you. You have what they say. I said there's so much more a month at the end of the money. You know what I'm saying? you don't got two nickels to rub together. Right? This is the type of things that I was saying in my advertisements. So I'm saying these things in my ads. And guess what? And I'm running it. And I'm like, great, I'm doing it. I'm running it. I'm sharing what people need to know. This is great. And as I'm running it, and now I'm getting leads. And I'm like, okay, leads are coming in. Things are working. Okay, all right. We in business now, baby, right? So this is Terrell Coach T's first attempt at advertising, right? So as I started doing it, I was getting leads, and I'm noticing as I'm having the conversations with these leads, I'm getting the same kind of responses. Oh man, it's just like, it's right now it's what I'm telling you, it's more month, at the end of the money. I'm telling you, I don't got two pennies to rub together. I'm telling you that, I'm living check to check. I'm telling you this, I'm telling you that. And I'm like, damn, this language sounds very familiar, right? And I didn't realize that the messaging, because I wasn't niched, the message, and I was trying to catch everybody. The messaging was the messaging didn't filter anybody out. So because it didn't filter anybody out, I really got a lot of the worst leads, to be honest. Not saying that they weren't interested, but they just didn't have the means, or was always something that prevented them from getting started. And it wasn't until later on, months and years later, as I really started to understand this concept of really niching down. And then once I started doing it, I'm like, oh wow, like things are really changing. I'm getting more clients. I was able to start charging higher ticket. And at that point, things was, that's how I started to progress. So that's really the importance of it. So what are some, let me give you some key ideas and some key strategies on this in terms of really identifying your ideal client in your market. So I happen to think that, one, you really need to make sure that you have some type of experience, expertise, and/or education in a particular area, right? Sometimes we say, I hear this a lot from like life coaches and then even business coaches. I hear this a lot where they say, I can help everybody, I can help every business with every business problem. Or I'm a life coach and I can help every person with every problem that they're going through. But is that really true? Let's be honest. Is it really true that you are 100% masterful in every area of your life? Is it true that you're 100% masterful in every area of your business? I used to do that. I know. When I first said I was a business coach, I said I can help all businesses with all problems. And although I might have some insight, let's be real. I'm like, I'm not masterful in every area. Now you talking online marketing. Now you talking email campaigns. You talking copy. We talking the same language. You talking social media. We talking the same language. You talking advertising. We talking the same language. We talking content creation. We talking the same language. You talking lead generation. We talking the same language. You talking sales. We talking the same language. Like there's certain areas that I know that I'm masterful in. And when you fall into this area, that I'm like, cool, I know I can get you great results. But a lot of times we're just, I come across a lot of coaches and service providers and experts and business owners that are just so desperate to get anybody that they're not niching down in terms of who they can actually help that's based on their experience. They just want to help everybody with everything because they think that that's going to actually help them to get clients. In reality, it's hurting them from getting clients because nobody's really attracted to you. And then if you are fortunate enough to get on a call with somebody or meet with somebody, what you're saying is not going to be compelling enough for them to want to move forward because you're offering them a general solution. They might be coming in looking to get heart surgery, but because you're trying to be a general practitioner, they're not even going to be speaking the same language. You're not going to solve their problem. They're looking for a heart surgeon. They're looking for certain things, and you're not going to be able to provide those certain things because you're trying to be a general practitioner. So really focus on what is your area of expertise. What is your specific domain of expertise? And when I identified that, then I said, okay, now that I understand where my experience lies, who's going to be most benefited by that? That's when I really started looking at people who are online. That's when because before that, I was working with everybody. Like I remember all types of businesses. I was working with, like, I helped a lady who was like selling soap one time. I was working with like real estate agents. I was working with with a black owned seafood restaurant. You name it. I was working with daycare owners. I was working with all just types of businesses, many of them brick and mortar businesses. And again, it's not like I don't have knowledge in it, but I know that if you understand more of this online space, or if you're more interested in it, or you're willing and or open to be part of this online world, I can help you out a lot more, right? So it's very important that you understand that. And then now that you have that, now we can focus on okay, who's going to be best served by that? And you got to think about, okay, well, based on this level of expertise, and I want you to make a list. So let's make this very practical. Write down a list of one, what are your core areas that you can help people with, right? That's the first thing you're going to do. Then what you're going to do is you're going to write down who are the list of who are the categories of people that you can help, or what is the market of people that you can help? Is it stay-at-home moms? Is it executives? Is it Christians? Is it people interested in losing weight? I mean, whatever it is, relationships. Whether it's relationships with spousal relationships, finding a relationship, finding love, relationships between parents and kids. I mean, there's just so many different ways we can go, but you have to really identify what that is and who that is. And then once you identify that, I'll say, okay, well, out of the list of, let's say, these 5 or 10 different markets that I could help, all right, let's also look at, well, who here can actually afford my services? Because that's really key, right? So you can have a list here and you can say, wow, these people could use it, but they can't really afford what I'm trying to do. And that doesn't mean you can't do a nonprofit later or do something later, but let's talk about now. It's important that you understand that they have to be able to afford your services. They have to. If they don't afford your services, you can't win. You can't help them. You can't even help them if they can't afford your services. Because even if you gave it to them for free, they won't take it seriously. Because one of the things to help people get results is the ticket price that they pay. When something is painful enough financially and they make that investment, they're going to take it serious. Period. So you even got to have a price that also acts as a filter, that also acts as a screening device to be able to help the best type of people. Very, very important that we do that. And when you make that happen, then you'll start to attract and get the best buyers for your business, because the best buyers are going to be the people who love it. You don't have to convince them on the importance of it because they already know how important it is, right? You can help get them the best results because you already have expertise, education, or some type of experience in it. So you can get them results and they can afford it. Once you have all of these crossovers, now is gonna be the point where you can say, okay, all right, where do I go to find them? Where they at? Like, and that's something that we'll talk about in the next training. But right now, this is really just kind of identifying. So this may take some research, right? You may not be able to come up with the answer right now. Maybe you can, but maybe you can't. Maybe you need to do some research. Maybe you need to really figure out and see who you can help or who really needs these kind of services. And then once you come up with a list between at least 5. Come up with a list of at least 5. And when you do that, then we're going to evaluate who's the best out of that 5. Because once you do that, then you can change your languaging to talk to those type of people. So remember earlier in this training, I said that now I talk to certain types of people. I give certain types of examples because I know who my ideal clients are. When I give examples, I use certain words like clients versus customers, right? I use certain things like serving your clients. I use certain things like services and bettering your services and this and that, right? So I talk about things that are more service related or service oriented because I know who my ideal client is. If it was e-commerce, I would talk more about products. I would talk more about, making the products look better, or how to create products, or I would make it more product based. And if it was some other type of business, I would focus more on that. If it was real estate, I would give more real estate examples. Does that make sense? So it's important that when you understand who your ideal client is, then you talk in their language, because you talking in their language, they know that you tapped in. And when you tapped in, they want to tap in with you. And that's how you get clients. All right. All right, so that concludes today's training on finding out your niche and who's most likely to buy from you. Is this helpful? Let's go. Let me know if you're loving this. Go ahead, throw some hearts below. Give this some like, give this some love. Let me know that this is helpful today. And this is what we do. So what we doing is recharging your business sessions. Like, we just helping you level up. And this week we're going hard over advertising and marketing. Like, we doing our thing this year. This week. So this is what this looks like. If you want some resources, let me give you a couple of things. First thing is, if you are looking to run your own advertisements and you're like, hey, I just need a strategy so I can really get this implemented, and you're that type of person, then I actually created a 1-page cheat sheet that's called the Playbook to paid advertisements. If you want that cheat sheet, and it's the same cheat sheet that I use that helps us be able that helps us that helped us be able to scale a 500,000 and also is helping our clients out. And that's the same blueprint that we use to help one of our clients 10x her results in the first week. So if you want that, go ahead and put cheat sheet below. Go ahead and put cheat sheet below, and we'll get that to you. If you want us to run your ads for you, and you like, listen, I don't have the time, the energy, the money. I'm not good techie wise, and I don't even feel like figuring that out. However, I know how important ads are, and I still want to run it. So if that's you, then go ahead and put Facebook ads below. Put Facebook ads, or shoot me a DM that says Facebook ads, and then what I'll do is I'll get you on a calendar and see how I can help. Right? That's no guarantee that once you apply that you will have an opportunity to work, because again, we have a certain criteria because we really take getting our clients results seriously, and we even more rigorous when it comes to us doing the work for you. So with that being said, we're at least gonna have a conversation to kind of see what you need. So if you're interested in that conversation, put Facebook ads below or shoot me a DM that says Facebook ads. All right. Other than that, if you want one-on-one coaching, go ahead and put one-on-one below. And if you want to attend our annual PCS boot camp, which we do obviously once a year, that's coming up on March 25th. So if you want that and you want to attend that in person, or we just opened up a live streaming option, if you want to do that, then go ahead and go to pcsbootcamp.com. Somebody put that in the chat for me, for folks who are going to be watching the replay this afterwards. pcsbootcamp.com. All right, and go there and get your ticket. All right, other than that, let's see if we have any questions. Do we have any questions? I got the laptop here too, so if you have any questions, go ahead and drop that in the chat, and we'll answer it. As you're doing that, if you have any questions, I'm going to leave you with this. Realizing that a big part of your success, of whether you are getting people are interested or not, it comes down to who you're even talking to. It comes down to your messaging. It comes down to what you're saying. It comes down to you having the clarity of who you want to help. A lot of times it's not that people aren't seeing it, it's that you're not talking to them, right? So it's not like when you make a post, nobody sees it, right? When you post it across these social media platforms, look at your analytics. You'll see that, okay, I'm seeing that 26 people saw it. I'm seeing that 50 people saw it. I'm seeing that, right? It's not just about the likes. Remember, you got views. You got people who are literally watching you. Even if they don't stay for that long, as they're scrolling, they're still seeing you. So you still have an imprint on their mind. So it's important that you focus on talking to the right person, because when you talk to the right person, instead of that person scrolling by as they would normally do, guess what they're going to do now? Now they're going to stop. Now they're going to listen. And if it's compelling and you have a good call to action and they care about what you're saying, then they're going to be more interested. All right. So that's really, really key that you focus on that aspect. All right. But as long as you continue to do that and be super clear on who you want to help, you're going to win. All right. With that being said, I appreciate you. Continue to be great. Don't ever let anybody stop you from providing great products and services to your people, and continue to work. All right. So I'll see you on tomorrow's Recharge Your Business session. Let's work.